Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Coach Undress, and ladies, thank you for tuning in. Today we're going to talk about a very specific topic I keep on hearing suggestions on. I keep on getting recommendations on. I actually have some personal stories about some clients of mine who are in this position. It's a great position to be in, but sometimes it can be a little frustrating because it's somewhat new. It is called, is being an alpha woman bad? Question mark, ... Before we get started, I'd love for you all to hit that subscription because I want to make sure you don't miss out on any tips or any guidelines or any instructions that I can help you out with. And that way you're tuned in to make sure to follow along. Hit that notification bell, a like if you happen to like the video, any comments or suggestions you would like to have for other video topics. All right, so we're going to go over 5 points about is being an alpha woman bad? Number 1, being an alpha woman bad. Why would it be bad? Well, the key thing is the masculine vibe, the energy that you women who are alpha have, which I think is very beautiful. It's empowering. It's awesome. I love it. But the masculine energy that you might give off naturally might be a form of a mask of the feminine energy that you're trying to hold back on. I mean, it's more of a chemistry thing. You know what I mean? So don't hide the femininity by just trying to overcompensate with the masculinity. Understand the balance of it. There's times to be alpha, and there's times to be not necessarily beta, because that's not your personality, but maybe more like A1. The things I've heard from a lot of women who I talk to and coach, there are a variety of very successful entrepreneurs, artists, entertainers, politicians who I talk to all over the world. And they can't match that energy because they're very alpha. And the key thing is they want an alpha male. They want someone at the same level, if not higher. They've already tried dating the betas, the boy toys. True story, the boy toys. And there's nothing fulfilling about it. There's nothing rewarding about it. It's the same old thing. But sometimes they get a little, I'd say, held back to show that feminine side of them because their masculine side of them, the alphaness of who they are, got into a position of such great success, which is amazing. I mean, literally, hands down, that's so impressive. But at the end of the day, you still want a masculine man, an alpha type, an A to your A1. So there's times to understand to take off that mask and not be so alpha all the time. Don't be afraid to show that feminine side, especially if you know it's been a while. If you want different results in that dating world, if you're in the specific field of that, it requires different actions. I'm not saying change who you are. Don't be afraid to show who you really can be, which is a combination of both. At the end of the day, you want a masculine man to have some feminism. You want a woman who's feminine to have a little bit of masculinity. It's all about balance, women, which I think is very healthy for everyone. All right? Number 2, since we talked about not masking your feminine side and not being so alpha and masculine all the time, number 2 is don't be afraid to be feminine. Don't be afraid to roll those cards. Don't be afraid to unfold those feelings or those moments or those words if number 1 is mutually met. If number 1 has been clicked off, checked off, where you've showed a little bit of who you are. You know what I'm saying? You're not the boss. You're not the CEO right now. You're just talking to a man you really enjoy being with. The man that hopefully you let him lead on the dance floor. The man that hopefully want that he opens the door for you like a gentleman, because chivalry is not dead, ladies. Trust me, it's not. Chivalry is not dead, ladies. For example, I still do this to this day, letting the lady in the inside of the street walking on the outside, making sure you always protect that barrier of the street between any cars or any pedestrians or any bikers trying to interfere, or an accident might happen. Not that I can possibly block a car, but the idea is the romantic gesture. So if you alpha women want that in a man, and number 1 checks off, where you've showed some feminism, you've put that mask down sometimes, casually, once in a while, and you see him reciprocating with that back, with respect, with support, then again, number 2, just to the next step forward. Don't be afraid to show more of that feminism. Don't be afraid to show more of that vulnerability. because we know who you are and what got you to this place of success or this place of empowering thoughts or this dominant person who you are, which I think, again, is very sexy, very attractive. I love that in a woman. But if that's all they are, and that's all they know, then it's a very interesting situation to be in, because you're almost limiting to yourself. As much as it's made you very successful in what you're doing, you always want to be open to evolve and try new things. So don't be afraid to be feminine. All right, ladies? Number 3, and it goes right after number 2. Number 1, if it shows that it checks off and you're getting that mutual respect. Number 2, you're not afraid to be feminine. Number 3 is the next step forward. Realizing you don't need to be alpha all the time to get results. You don't need to be alpha all the time to get what you want. You don't need to be alpha all the time to be great. There's times for that in the relationship. There's times for that during the work hours, things that you want to do even after hours, which is beautiful. But if you realize you can still get the same results, still be just as great, just as strong as being a feminine woman that you are, that just shows you that you can be more selective in when you want to play those alpha cards. All right, so it does follow up after 2. 2 follows up after 1. And it just continues on to number 4. Number 4. But before we go on number 4, if this topic interests you and you want to go a little further into this, please check out coachingwithundress.com. I would love to give you a personal coaching session through Zoom, email, or phone call, and I'm here to help in any way you need it. As well as hit that subscription, because I want to make sure you don't miss out on any information, any new topics of videos that we're going to come out here to help you and make sure you stay on track towards the healthiest relationship you can have with yourself and with your lover. Number 4. This goes with a personal example of a story I work with, a client that I talked to, and it's about she's a very successful woman, and he's a very successful man. Obviously, she's an alpha type, and he's obviously an alpha type too. And there's a lot of awkwardness in the beginning because there was always like, who's going to step down? It's a lion to a tiger battle. It's very, whoa, hey. And she's like, I can't take it because I love who he is. And, I could tell we have a lot in common, but there's always that chess match. Just like, who's going to make the first move? And I'm like, you know what you guys all got to do about this? Make it playful about the alphaness in the room. When 2 lions are in the room, make it playful. You know what I'm saying? Not everything has to be such a threat or a dominant action of who won, who said what, who did what first. Make it playful. Laugh at yourself. Laugh at him. Make some light into the situation. You know what I'm saying? You're not enemies. 2 lions could play around with a freaking blow-up ball and have a blast. They're not always going to have to eat each other and go attack each other. Make it playful, ladies. Alpha. If you're A1. He's A, you're A1, whatever it is. Make fun of the situation. It breaks the tension. It breaks the uncomfortable silence of someone saying, I know I'm in control, I'm sturdy, I'm very solid, so are you. Who's going to go first? We're not trying to win this game. The idea overall is to basically be as open as possible and feel just as secure and safe with someone else. So make it playful. Don't make it so threatening. All right? Number 5. After number 1, laugh at the alphaness. Play with the playfulness of the alphaness. It's in the room. You can smell it. Play around with it. Number 5, which is obviously this next step after that, teach each other what you guys like. You know what I'm saying? Alphas are always very go-getters. They're very big risk takers. They're very home run hitters. I'll figure it out. Don't tell me. Don't give me directions. I got it. I can fix it. Who needs instructions? You didn't build it right. Well, they designed it wrong. Very alpha, right? No. Tell them what you want. Tell them what you like. Tell them how you like it. I know you were thinking when I'm thinking about that, but not necessarily always sexual. In every way possible, communicate that. Because alpha men, would thrive on that. Oh, you're going to challenge me? Oh, you're going to tell me if I could do something, you want to know if I could do it the way you like it? Challenge accepted. Trust me, if it becomes an egotistical thing where they get even offended by that, then you're realizing you're dealing with an alpha boy. And you want to identify that between an alpha man or an alpha boy. Because if my woman tells me, and she's very alpha, about what she likes, challenge accepted. Because she knows I'm coming back with one with her too. You know what I mean? So again, Challenge each other by sharing to each other what you guys like. Don't assume. Don't assume. Just because he's successful, you're successful, you have resources, he's got resources, you know you could figure it all out on your own, communicate that. That just kind of lightens up the mood again, just like being playful and laughing about the alphaness in the room, calling each other out, not being so serious all the time. This is not a chess match, ladies. We're supposed to be dancing, we're supposed to be having fun, right? So, that being said, I just want to say thank you all for tuning in. I really appreciate you taking the time. Again, I always appreciate the viewership. Again, if you want to hit the subscription, because I want to make sure you don't miss out on anything that we come up with, because we've got some great topics coming up next. If you're interested in any coaching sessions, check out coachingwithundress.com. I'm here to help. Thank you, and see you soon.